What? To suck a Jewish box? What?
I swear to God, that's exactly what it sounded like.
Yeah. He said he wants to suck a Jewish box.
That's what I heard.
All right, we're going live in 5,
He wants to
4,
eat out a
3.
girl.
Jewish box.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? You're listening to Roundtable Wrestling Radio for Tuesday night, February the 7th, 2017. I'm Joey924. With me, as always, from Queens, New York.
The one, the only, the Byron.
From PH, Michigan.
Jewish box, Sean Lathrop.
With us from Chicago, Illinois.
Oh my God, it's gonna be one of those nights, Laura Phoenix.
And Laura does not have a Jewish box.
No.
I've checked.
From the Bronx of New York.
Last but not least, Big O.
You know, now when people want to have sex, they say, "Do you want buns?"
Okay.
No, they used to
buns,
say that.
Remember back in the days,
buns?
you want to splack that? Splack.
Back in the days, it was let me hit the skins.
Yeah, it was buns, skins, and tap.
Let me pipe that. I'm gonna pipe that.
It was a couple of months ago that I heard the buns one. So.
Nah, buns is old school.
It's old? Wow.
That's pretty old.
Wow.
If I'm talking to an intelligent girl, I'll be like, I want an exchange bodily fluids with you.
Okay, first of all, you've never talked to an intelligent girl.
Yeah, I live in a project. Yeah.
We don't want to talk to intelligent girls.
It'll make her spin. It'll make her head spin if I tell her that.
And B, if you did, she'd probably be Asian.
Oh God. Fuck you.
There's damn sure no intelligent girls in the Bronx. I haven't seen one or met one, so I'm just saying.
Oh.
But anyway, so we have a lot to talk about.
Do we?
Yeah, we do actually.
Yeah, we do.
Besides the fact that tonight we will be having Bo Buchanan from the Right to Censor, from the original
Buchanan.
From the original Shield. Remember, it wasn't just Boss Man that wore that outfit. Bo Buchanan also wore that outfit. And he was also B2, a.k.a. B squared, a.k.a. Booyah.
There's a lot of things he did in his career.
Bling Buchanan? That's what John Cena used to call him. Bling
Yes, he was Bling Buchanan.
And then he would say Booyah. Yeah, that was great.
Booyah. If there's anyone, because I think there's like maybe 3 or 4 people that have listened to the original show. Ironically, in all seriousness, we would talk about Bo Buchanan back in 2002 a lot more than we used to talk about John Cena because of the Booyah thing. We were like really into Bo Buchanan back then.
That's all he used to say. I marked out heavily. It was.
I marked out. I loved it. I thought it was really good. We loved it. We would talk about it almost all the time, and we thought that he was going to be a bigger star than John Cena.
Yeah.
We did.
He was really athletic for a big guy. I'm surprised he wasn't.
Yes. That is the other major thing that I remember about Bo Buchanan is that he was incredibly athletic. So we're gonna air that interview. We recorded it earlier between myself and Sean. I'm just gonna say that now because it just sounds odd when things happen. So yes, we recorded it earlier with myself and Sean. So Bo Buchanan, we can say guaranteed will be on the show.
Yes, it was earlier. Me and Byron was not uninvited. Okay.
Yes.
It just so happened that it was like that.
Bo Buchanan was, I can tell you, a very, very humbled man. Truly. It was really cool having him on. He will be back with us. He had a very limited amount of time. So that will be later on in the show. But we have to talk about this, the WrestleMania season, because we talked a lot about it last week. We left the show with, a lot of up in the airs, a lot of confusion. I just want to start by saying, because we have a lot to talk about with Raw, because something happened last night that looks like it's going to happen. One of these rumors are actually coming to fruition.
A lot of the rumors they are starting to look.
Yes.
Like this is exactly what's going to happen.
And it's not good. And if if anybody listened to the show last week, me personally, I'm not happy with anything that's going on. Absolutely nothing. I just want to point that out. I don't like it. I don't like where it's headed. I don't like any of the matchups, even if they switch it around, because we still have 2 pay-per-views in between. I still don't like the other potential maybe matches either. So, but I will. I want to start off by saying, let's say that there are some people in the world that don't know what the rumors are. Let's say that, because I do believe that there are people that genuinely don't check. So tonight on SmackDown, for those people that just go to the shows and just watch as a fan, don't pay attention to the internet, don't listen to Dave Meltzer, they gave you the WrestleMania main event tonight.
Pretty much.
And not only did they give you the WrestleMania main event, but Randy Orton got pinned in the middle of the ring clean.
Mm-hmm.
It's the stupidest.
Nah, it wasn't clean.
Hold on. So you really think that Randy and John Cena is gonna be the main event?
No, I don't. I'm
okay.
just saying for the people
Don't get him upset. Jeez.
I'm just saying for the people that don't.
Dude, Joey, you're right, man. I'm not a booker, bro.
I'm just saying for the people that don't follow the other possibilities, people just saw the potential main event of WrestleMania. That's all I'm saying. I just think it's stupid. I just think it's stupid booking, no matter how you slice. Why can't WWE give you the impression that will be the main event, even if it's not going to be the main event, which I hope it's not. But even if it's not the main event, why give it on SmackDown for free? I just don't understand the logic of that.
I don't tell everybody what are you talking about, because everybody's probably scratching their head like, wow, what is he talking about?
I'm talking about Randy Orton and John Cena being the fucking main event.
They're trying to keep some sort of a mystery behind everything when it comes to.
But there's nothing that's a mystery though.
You're coming up to Elimination Chamber this weekend.
Yeah.
And the Elimination Chamber is one of those where they always could pull the rug out from everything all of a sudden and just completely rewrite everything.
I don't know. Laura, unfortunately, I think that we're not going to get that this year. I don't think we're going to get a rug pulled out or a Daniel Bryan kind of thing that we had a couple of years ago. I think the direction is what the direction is.
Hold on, Joey. I just asked you if you think Randy Orton and John Cena was the main event. You just said no, but you're saying it again. So you do think it's the main event?
I'm saying for the people that don't go on the internet and don't know.
But that's not the rumor main event. The rumor main event was supposed to be Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, not Randy Orton and John Cena.
I understand. That's if you go on the internet. What I'm saying is that to the casual, regular fan, the winner of the Royal Rumble, the winner of the Royal Rumble is Randy Orton, and the WWE champion is John Cena. That's the main event.
Okay, so basically, it's obvious that they're not going to headline WrestleMania. They're basically
Exactly.
Okay.
And even for the people that do know that already, you still confirmed it tonight.
Yeah, it definitely did. Because that was actually the first thing I thought about when I saw the lineup. I'm like, okay, obviously John Cena is not going to be the champion at WrestleMania.
So stupid. It's very stupid either way you look at it, for the people that don't know or for the people that do know. It's a stupid thing.
You know.
And this idea that SmackDown doesn't do the same thing every week, give me a break. The same tag team battle royal shit that we saw
That wasn't a battle royal tonight.
Oh, but it was still the same bullshit.
But at the same time, though, you actually got teams to shine tonight, and then you also had the and you also had the fatal 4-way between Dean, Miz, Baron Corbin, and AJ Styles.
Yeah.
It started off the show. It was a great freaking match.
Yeah, except for the fact that Baron Corbin pinned AJ Styles, which I did not particularly care for.
I don't think any of us did, but still.
And fucking Dean Ambrose on his knees taking Miz's kicks, just looking at him like, hurry up. Like, it just, he didn't start the kicks at all, man.
Hold on.
That shit kind of irked me, man.
Exactly. That pissed me off, too.
Wait. Pissed me off again because you just said Baldwin pinned AJ Styles.
Yes, pinned AJ Styles clean, dude. Clean.
The nerve of Baron Baldwin.
Now, hold on for a second. I actually was watching, and I got into the whole thing where they were all coming out, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I know they saved the best for last when AJ came out. That was so fucking obvious. They know.
No, he was awesome, by the way.
They know who the star was in that, right? But for you to tell me, I didn't finish watching that match because I had to go do something. But for you to tell me that shit, that this guy fucking pinned him clean,
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely cleaned him.
Like that.
Somebody in the back is really high on Baron Baldwin because he's
very
been
high.
winning little by little, and I don't think he's as bad as I originally thought.
But not for nothing. If you want somebody to lose, you have to go. If you don't want Baldwin to fucking lose, and you want him to get the victory, pin what's his name? The Miz. I'm sorry. Out of all of them, I would say.
But in defense of, and trust me, I don't want to do this, but in defense of that would be the obvious thing that they would do. You know, right. I don't think anybody would have thought that he would pin AJ Styles, and that's why they did it.
Right. But here's the problem. The problem is, he just dropped that belt. Now I'm starting to fear where they're heading with AJ.
I told you.
You know,
because you know what it is. That's kind of a trend with WWE. It seems like when people lose the belt, that they really don't got too much confidence in, they start losing, and next thing you know, they Dolph Ziggler in 2 years. I mean, it's just the way it is, and I just hope that that's not the route that they're going with AJ Styles.
Let me tell you something.
You know what? I really don't think that's going to happen to AJ.
I don't think so, but you never know, man. You never know how WWE thinks.
You're right.
And I'm just hoping not.
He's
actually the best.
I've noticed that they did with Dean Ambrose. They stuck with him. I mean, he's lost here and there, but he's still very popular. You get what I'm saying? Right. A lot of people are really behind him still. So I hope they don't really fuck him over, AJ. They kind of keep him in that momentum because, look, like I said, they kept him as the last guy to come out, and you saw the ovation he got.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's funny about it? You know what's funny about AJ is that AJ is the reverse John Cena. And what I mean by that is that John Cena, for a long period of time, could not do anything right and would get booed no matter what. AJ goes out there, insults the people, and gets cheered louder.
Yeah.
So AJ's the reverse John Cena, where no matter what he does, he can take a shotgun out there and shoot somebody, and people would probably cheer AJ Styles for it. That's how popular AJ Styles is. And when he said he was going to win the title back, even louder ovation. I mean, that's
listen, man. I hope they fucking come to their fucking senses and have AJ win that belt, because I don't see them. I know the rumors, and I know that's what it's pretty much looking like, because everything's fucking falling into that fucking category.
Yeah, everything, every single thing.
But I really hope they fucking really think about what they're doing and how fucking retarded everything is starting to pan out, and really say, you know what, AJ got the momentum still. People still behind him. Mm-hmm. Give him the fucking belt. Let him go into Mania. Let him fight somebody. Maybe Randy Orton. Let him fight Randy Orton for the belt. I don't care. I'd rather see that than fucking.
I would rather see that, actually.
Bray Wyatt.
He's not gonna get that belt until after WrestleMania.
But I would rather. But I'm saying I would rather. Look, even though they're supposed friends right now, they're teaming up, Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. I don't want to see that. That's not a fucking main event that I want to see.
Yeah, it's really not. That's something that's not making me clamor and ready to put that order now on my cable box. It's not really not.
I would say if you put AJ.
I don't know who's ordering anything on their cable box, but okay.
No, but I'm saying.
I don't. But
AJ on
yeah,
I think a lot.
Metaphors, all right?
A lot more relaxed if you put AJ in that shit. A lot of people would be like, okay, fuck.
It's not gonna make me renew the WWE Network for another year.
Right. I agree. No, I agree with you. And by the way, even though I'm joking about it, believe it or not, there are still people who do pay the $65 when WrestleMania comes.
Oh fuck! Why?
Because people are stupid.
Those are the dumb girls from the Bronx.
No, these are the people that are not really tuned into what's going on in wrestling. They just
they don't know how the internet works mostly.
No, Byron's right. These are people that will order a WrestleMania, but not necessarily watch anything else throughout the year.
Or people that will be like, okay, well, I'm not gonna put my credit card info because they're gonna hack me. People,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather spend $100 on WrestleMania.
Or the biggest reason is I'll get it for free.
Yeah, facts.
That's the biggest reason.
I was gonna say there are still streams out there for everything.
That's the biggest reason. If they cut off every single stream, people would absolutely be getting the WWE Network, because then people will actually have to stop and think, do I want to spend $65 or do I want to spend $10?
I don't even want to spend $10 right now.
Even though I still think, even from when the original WWE Network happened, I still thought in my mind you get everything that ever existed. Why would you not get that for $10? It just makes no sense.
Yeah, I know.
Especially that WWE took.
Even though, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say there's still people out there that they're scared of the internet, and I'm not even kidding you. And like you said, they're afraid that their credit card information is gonna get hacked. Not even realizing they can go to Walmart and buy a fucking 3-month card and get the network for 3 months.
They could get a 12-month card if they wanted to. You know, it's. I just think it's the dumbest financial, thing that I ever heard of. That would be like, being afraid to get Netflix, for the same reasons. Why would you not want to get Netflix with original programming like Marvel is doing, or the movies that, now movie stars are going. Now movie stars are going. Now movie stars are going to Netflix, and not only movie stars, but Dave Chappelle gonna have 3 comedy shows on Netflix. It's where people are headed. Why would you not want to get that for $9.99 or whatever it is? It's just, it makes no sense to me. But also, I want to bring this up because me and Sean were talking about this earlier, and we forgot to talk about it last week. 2 things. People made a big deal about John Cena winning the 16 titles, and we were looking up what AJ Styles has done. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to ask you, Laura, as the wrestler of the show, what do you think is more prestigious, or what do you think holds more honor, if you will? John Cena winning 16 titles in WWE, or AJ being a champion in Japan, the heavyweight champion in Japan, NWA, TNA, and WWE.
8-time champion, to make it clear.
It's such a clash of things. AJ, in my opinion, is just the all-around guy that has been fucking everywhere and has just ruled with an iron fist. John Cena, as he stated last week, he was not built for the Indies. He was built for WWE. So that has been his home for that long. So him having the 16 titles in WWE speaks volumes for him.
Right. Yeah.
But in comparison, I would always say AJ was probably has more stroke than Cena does when it comes to what he's done.
The reason I would say,
you know what? Can I say this one thing? I feel like I definitely agree with Laura, because AJ proved that everywhere he went, he became the top guy. That's an accomplishment on his own. And we're talking about Japan. Japan wrestling is huge. You know what I'm saying? And for him to go to TNA, be the champ, he was a champion in TNA, right?
NWA, he was the TNA and NWA. All right,
and for him to go to Japan to become the champion, which is a big deal in my opinion, and then WWE, I feel like that's more of an accomplishment, to be honest with you. But you can't take nothing away for John Cena either, though. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like AJ just by a little bit.
The reason I brought it up is because we forgot, in that promo that John Cena cut, he kind of like, in a little way slapped the Indies, because he was kind of saying, it doesn't really matter what you've done in the Indies. You have to do it here. And we know for a fact that that's really what WWE thinks. As a matter of fact, JBL said in commentary, yes, you have accomplishments outside, but unless you do it here, you haven't done it anywhere, basically. So in a way, John Cena slapped Sami Zayn, he slapped Finn Balor, he slapped Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, and the list goes on and on. Seth Rollins, future guys, Roderick Strong, Kenny Omega when he goes there, because I believe he will go there eventually. So, to me, it's like, I think John could have said, I'm not, it wasn't my thing, but to say it the way he did, it felt like he slapped everybody in the Indies. In other words, you didn't really do anything because you were in the Indies. You have to do it here. And in my opinion, AJ is a more decorated champion than John Cena. And by the way,
hold on, Japan is not really considered the Indies, right? Because that's a pretty big organization.
I mean, WWE likes to call it the Indies, it seems like.
Yeah, that's definitely not the Indies, though.
WWE has a little bit more respect for Japan than they would, let's say, a Ring of Honor, but they still think if you haven't done it there, you haven't really done it. No matter what the promotion is. But I will say that, not because he's John Cena, by the way. I think, and I'll say the same thing about Ric Flair. To me, winning 16 titles in 10 years, which is virtually what John Cena has done, I don't really see that as a cool thing to me.
Especially if you're in a company that has 2 championship belts. I mean, that's the biggest thing.
I look at somebody like Undertaker. You know, WWE.com posted something about all the things that Undertaker hasn't done, like winning the Intercontinental title or winning Money in the Bank or something like that. I think Undertaker has more prestige because of those things, because he hasn't won those things. Where John Cena winning 16 titles is great for John Cena because he's a WWE guy. So on that front, yes. But to me, it's a lot more prestigious winning 1 or 2 titles that you've held for a long period of time. Or, you know, something like Bret Hart, where Bret Hart won 5 titles in WWE in the course of 92 to 97. I find that to be more prestigious. And certainly AJ Styles winning, again, the Japan title, the most prestigious title in Japan, the NWA title, which WWE, by the way, has recognized on their television that AJ Styles is a former NWA champion, which, by the way, is associated with TNA. So AJ winning the TNA, NWA, Japan, and WWE, to me, he's a more decorated champion than John Cena, even though John Cena has won 16 titles. I just find that, you know, more prestigious. I don't know what titles Owens has won or Sammy have won, but someone like the other guy that I think is on that level is Nakamura. Nakamura could, you know, probably say...
Yeah, but out of all the guys you just mentioned, AJ is the only guy who's really accomplished a lot.
Exactly.
Right.
But Nakamura's up there too. And if they're gonna discredit what AJ has done, then they have to discredit what Ric Flair did, because Ric Flair only won 2 world titles in WWE, and the other times was in WCW. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're gonna discredit AJ, you're gonna discredit Ric Flair too.
But Ric Flair also won the tag team and Intercontinental title in WWE.
Now that you mentioned that, you know, my brother actually was telling me that shit also, because he grew up on Flair, and he told me this doesn't make any sense because Flair wrestled all over the world defending that title, losing that title, winning it back, or everything. He went all over the world fighting territories. He told me this shit, and I know he did, but from hearing it from him, because he grew up with Flair, it is kind of retarded that you're giving this guy such a big thing. Like, he's only wrestled in the WWE.
Right, exactly.
That's it. He hasn't really accomplished all over the world, defending it in Japan, defending it against other people he's never faced before. He's been facing Randy Orton for fucking years. It's like back and forth.
Hold on, and on top of that, didn't Ric Flair fight the WWE champion 25 years ago or something like that?
Something like that.
He had fought the WWF champion years ago. I just don't remember what it was, like 85 or 83 or something like that.
The other person to do that was Dusty Rhodes, who fought Billy Graham. Dusty Rhodes was, NWA oriented.
I think I was mistaken then. Could have been Dusty.
When he wrestled in WWE at Madison Square Garden, Dusty Rhodes was not a WWE guy. He was wrestling from a different promotion. That's the one of the rare times that in terms of a major main event type match. Again, that was a pretty big deal to have Dusty Rhodes from NWA or Mid-South, which was primarily where Dusty Rhodes was, to wrestle the WWF champion, Superstar Billy Graham, in WWF, and not be contracted to WWF and basically leave, and also come back for 2 more matches. That's not something I don't think that's ever been done before at that, in terms of that level. Also, you got to keep in mind that Ric Flair, like Byron said, when he was the world's champion, especially the original incarnations of the world's title, he literally wrestled around the world. That was a world heavyweight champion because he went to Australia, he went to the United Kingdom, he went to Mexico, Puerto Rico, etc. Jeff Jarrett, whether you guys like it or not, when he was the champion, he also was a world champion because he actually wrestled around the world.
I will never, ever discredit anything that Ric Flair has done in this business. That man came back from a major freaking, airplane accident? Airplane crash. Broken fucking back and everything, and still continued to wrestle for like another 30 fucking years.
And, like I mentioned briefly, he's also won the Intercontinental title and the tag team titles on several occasions. So Ric Flair, in terms of the major titles, is a Grand Slam champion in that sense. John Cena winning one title in one company, I don't, again, if you're a WWE soul guy, then yes, that's a prestigious thing. But I don't find it prestigious. I find what AJ did more prestigious, or what Ric Flair has done, or even, believe it or not, Jeff Jarrett, to be honest.
That's an interesting one to say. But they're throwing another name out there. A guy who's
wrestled all over the world.
But the guy who's won a title 14 times, 14-time world champion, Triple H.
Yes, that's another one.
You consider Triple H very similar to John Cena in the same sense?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Very similar. Okay. As a matter of fact, I when you talk about the greats, we've had this debate many times. When you talk about the greats, you obviously, again, if you're talking strictly WWE, obviously John Cena is up there. I don't really. Somebody has to always remind me about Triple H. In other words, because I don't really think of him right off the bat in terms of being one of the top greats of all time. I just don't.
Yeah, you're right. And I remember they kept trying to drill in our heads when Triple H was on top, how he was such a great tactician. Yeah. And you get caught up with the hype at the moment, like, you're right. But then years later he hasn't wrestled, you're like, he's never in the conversation ever.
And let me tell you something. The greatest test of who's a great champion or what's a great event, because I was thinking about this with WrestleMania, is if you can go back right now on the WWE Network and watch that match or watch that event and still say, man, that was a great pay-per-view, or man, that was a great match. I can't say that a lot of times for Triple H.
A lot, no.
Yeah, you really can't.
I can't. Right. I cannot go back. Like, I could go back and watch Flair wrestle some incredible matches. I could go back and watch several guys, Bret Hart. Even we had this debate, Kevin Nash. I'm gonna say it. God. Dallas Page, a whole host of people. I cannot say that.
With Triple H, you got to Google matches.
I got one match with Triple H.
The only match that sticks out in my mind, the only match that really sticks out to my mind with Triple H is his feud with Cactus Jack, with all them hardcore matches. Really.
See, I was thinking
him and Austin, him and Rock.
3 Stages of Hell match with Austin.
Oh God, yeah.
That was a great match. The matches with The Rock.
Besides The Rock and Austin, and
his feud with Jericho, even though it could have been a little bit better, his match at WrestleMania
I barely remember that.
with Chris Jericho was freaking amazing.
But you know what stands out more in my mind about Triple H is that the at WrestleMania 18 it was Hogan and Rock, and then Triple H went on last with Jericho. Triple H did the exact same story and match with Roman Reigns last year, where Roman speared Stephanie. Jericho did the same thing in the WrestleMania 18 match, and it was the same kind of scenario, except Triple H won at WrestleMania 18. The other thing I remember about Triple H is the stinker that he had with Randy Orton, which also followed Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. I'm always remembering Triple H as going on last when he should have never, ever been in that position in the first place. And that's not a good thing in terms of memories. Now, yes, Triple H, I do think he's been a part of great matches, but once again, when we talk about some of the greatest of all time, I don't think of Triple H on my list right away. I have to be pointed in that direction, basically, because I just don't. It doesn't come to my mind. And again, to stink up WrestleMania more than once, I think is a travesty as far as I'm concerned. You stink WrestleMania up once,
I mean, even like his match with the Undertaker.
Yes.
Like he had 2 straight with just like Shawn, right? He had 2 straight.
No, he had one at 17, and then the recent one.
Recent 2. So he had 3 matches total with Taker.
Right.
Okay, so talking more of the last one that he had with Taker, where they beat the shit out of each other for the longest time in the world. And for Taker, that was really like his last real good match when you think about it. But like you said, there's times that Hunter should have never really been in that spot, but he still was, and he still delivered.
It depends. I mean, it depends on how you look at it.
I mean, at that time, when you talk about when Triple H was the top guy, and no offense to the talents he was facing, they were amazing guys like Kane, Chris Jericho, Rob Van Dam. But what we remember the most of that time period was the SmackDown 6. Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Edge. Those guys bringing it more so than what Triple H brought at that time.
And again, what I also remember is that for WrestleMania 18, I remember that he went on after Hogan and Rock, and last year after I forgot what the match was, but Jericho or AJ or maybe another match that I'm missing, maybe even the Intercontinental title ladder match. But Triple H has followed some pretty epic matches, and he has not been able to top those matches. And that's not a good thing. And for that to be the case for more than one time, that's not a good track record for Triple H as far as WrestleMania is concerned. He should not be following any of those matches that I've mentioned. The match that he had with Randy Orton had a tremendous build-up where he went to his house and everything and all that kind of stuff. And Orton, kissed Stephanie after the RKO or whatever. And then the match was just the drizzling craps. It was just horrible. Did not, follow the story, basically. So I can't, again, it's just... And the other thing that me and Sean were talking about is The Undertaker. Undertaker, let's say that I still think he will be at WrestleMania in some capacity. I personally don't want to see The Undertaker at this stage. I said it last or 2 weeks ago with the Royal Rumble. He did not look good. And I don't want to see The Undertaker not look good anymore. Like Laura said, possibly the last good match that he had at WrestleMania might have been against Triple H. Certainly the matches with Shawn. I think that should have been the time period where Undertaker should have, called it, or when the streak ended with Brock Lesnar. To go past that and see diminish. I looked at The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble as a guy that, goes to the independents who used to be a legend and is, you know what I mean? Like
his return.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I look at Undertaker now. And that's not a
he
good
really did look like a older washed up legend from the independents. Like a Terry. Yeah, exactly. You're right. He did.
Really bad. It just looked really, really
Meanwhile,
bad.
You got Goldberg who looked like a senior citizen cover model, and you got Undertaker who just looked like, I don't know, man. It's horrible.
Didn't look good. It's not a good
senior
look.
citizen cover model.
I mean, this guy's ripped.
Yeah, he would be a good cover model for senior citizens.
I'm just saying, but compared to the way they look, though, like Undertaker really did look
good at 50 with Goldberg on the cover.
He gave me inspiration, shit. When I get old,
he does look good. I mean, he does. And I think, by the way, going to that for a second from last night, I think he did a much, much better job. I raped Goldberg from about the Royal Rumble, but I thought he did a really good job last night. Really good job.
He really did. I really enjoyed that segment. That whole segment, it was great. Goldberg taking Jericho's list, putting himself on the list. Yeah. His whole promo period was just great.
Goldberg, I like he redeemed himself last night, big time.
You know what's crazy about the whole thing is I was watching it and I wanted to enjoy it. I did. I really did. But the thing is, the outcome of this was bugging me. You get what I'm saying? That's why I wasn't enjoying it as I should have. Because I already know what's going to happen. And there's rumors about him going into this fast lane thing and dropping the belt in like 5 seconds. It's stupid. I don't know why they... Listen, man. Goldberg, I understand he's one of those guys that comes in and beats the shit out of that person in 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever. But don't do that shit to Owens, man. That guy's been
carrying that 5 seconds? That's the rumor? He's going to beat him in 5 seconds?
Well, it's going to be like the Brock Lesnar match, a minute 24.
By the way, before that even, I swear to God, I told that to Sean was it yesterday?
Yeah.
We were speaking about it, and I said, my fear is that when they fight, it's going to be the squash. That's my fear. And today it came up that he's going to squash Kevin Owens, and I'm like, oh shit, that's exactly what I was.
Yeah, that's not good.
I think it's just the wrong move to do, man. I mean, I understand Goldberg is that guy, but the guy's been doing such a good job with that belt.
But if you,
to be honest with you, let me make this quick point. You know what I think it is? I don't think it's because he's that guy. I really do think they're afraid that he's gonna look, other than what he's supposed to look like. I think they do it to protect Goldberg, in my opinion.
I don't think if that's the case. No, but wait a second. But if that's the case, right? Don't put him in a fucking match until he's ready to fight Brock. Mm-hmm. And they don't need a belt to go into Mania to fucking have this big match. They don't need that shit. And first of all, that match at Mania, if it's gonna be for the belt, which most likely that's what's gonna happen, it's gonna suck. Mm-hmm. I just have a feeling it's.
And even if that's the case, that Goldberg and Brock are the ones fighting for that belt, we're just going to go back to the part-timer thing that everyone hated when Brock was champion.
Yeah, well, first of all,
they're the biggest draws right now. That's the fucked up thing about it.
Yeah, exactly. But the biggest draw, if you're champion, should at least be at the show, not defend the belt, but represent.
Yeah, well, that's just how it is. We got to accept it. By the way, and I said a couple of weeks ago, when it comes to this season, Brocks and Takers and Cenas and Rocks, that's what you get. That's what you get.
Exactly. Not Kevin Owens. And
the other guys that bust their ass the other 365 days a year, like AJ and Owens and Seth and whoever, those are the guys that suffer around this time period. And by the way, you know why I say suffer? I don't mean just suffer because they get pushed to the side and they're not a part of major storylines or title matches. If they're not at WrestleMania in a high-profile match, guess what? That is actual money being taken away from their pockets. A money that, in my opinion, Kevin Owens has earned. He has earned the right to have that payday because guess what? When you wrestle at WrestleMania, you get a different paycheck than you normally do. So Owens not being a part of a high-profile match at WrestleMania takes money out of his pocket that he has earned. And it puts more money into the pocket of somebody who hasn't earned that money. Now, I don't blame Goldberg because Goldberg is there, and I think he's enjoying himself, and I see that in him. I think he's gotten the fever back, basically, is what I call it. So, and also, if you're Goldberg and you're being told by the people that run the company that you're going to be the man for a couple of months, of course Goldberg's going to do it. What is he going to be like? I don't want to step on anybody's toes here. He's not going to say that.
Guys have done that before. They wanted to do that to Jericho, and Jericho was like, no, give it to someone else. I've got enough of a career.
Yeah, but Jericho and other people who have, Goldberg hasn't been there in 12 years or whatever, so, he's going to enjoy the hell out of this. Yeah. But if you subtract, Byron, the situation of Goldberg and Owens, you still have to admit, Goldberg did a pretty good job last night. I mean, he did a very effective job.
Yeah, he did. But like I said, what blocked me from enjoying it was just that me sitting back and saying, "Yep, this is going exactly what people have been saying." The rumors, this is what's bugging me. So I can't enjoy it because I already know what the outcome is leading to. You get what I'm saying? So I couldn't really enjoy it. Like if I didn't know shit, But it's too obvious. Even if the rumors weren't out,
right?
The way they're setting things up. It's just fucking obvious.
I'm telling you, in all sincerity, that I had that discussion with Sean yesterday. I didn't know anything about this, and I'm saying to Sean, like, my thing is Goldberg's gonna go in there, spear him, jackhammer him, and win the title.
I think it's just a stupid move. And look, like I said, I don't know who's booking all this shit right now. I don't know who's behind the scenes saying this is what we need to do. I don't know. I most likely it's Vince, yes, but I think
when it comes to WrestleMania season, I think he takes over. Honestly,
right, you're right. I guess you're right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's his baby.
Yeah, it's his thing.
I want to just interject because we're talking about how upset we are about the actual WrestleMania card. We are hearing rumors, however, about the Takeover card.
No,
you don't want to hear the rumors at all about that.
No,
I was thinking about that.
I'm more interested about Takeover than WrestleMania at this point. Because they stole it last year. The rumored main event right now for TakeOver Orlando is Bobby Roode, Nakamura, and Cassius Ohno.
You know what's funny about that? You know what's funny about that? We had we had a talk 2 weeks ago, I think, when we were doing the predictions for NXT, and we were arguing about whether Nakamura or Bobby Roode is going to win because we were like, well, Nakamura can't lose because who else they got? And we totally forgot. Not one of us, not Laura, not Byron, not O, me, or Sean, once mentioned that Chris Hero is there.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
and I hate that fucking
on television, and this sucks because I haven't had the opportunity to really sit and watch NXT the past few weeks beyond. Actually, I haven't even caught up on TakeOver yet, but it's legitimately like I haven't gotten the opportunity to see him.
Right. No, I agree. Listen, we all of us, including myself, we did not mention once about Chris Hero. And the next day after the show, I was on the computer and I saw something about Cassius Ohno, and I was like, holy shit! I forgot that Chris Hero had come back, and that he could take over for Nakamura. I totally forgot about that because we were trying to think like, well, Nakamura has to stay there because they don't really have anybody, and I think Sean obviously said Ty Dillinger, and we all laughed, but. Especially after what happened at the NXT event.
I mean, he got a big pop at the Rumble. Don't go too far.
He got a big pop at the Rumble, but he's not going to go anywhere. I'm telling you. In terms of like Bobby Roode's status or Nakamura's status, I mean, let's get real. But we forgot about Chris Hero, and William Regal is extremely influential there, and he is extremely high on Chris Hero. In all sincerity, he's very, very high on Chris Hero. So I think Chris Hero, by the way, if that's going to be the main event, I think that has the absolute potential of stealing the entire weekend. Because you're going to have Nakamura, Rude, and Chris Hero? Like, come on. That's going to be awesome. So Chris Hero, Nakamura could bounce and Chris Hero could take over, or vice versa, whatever. But Bobby Roode's going to be champion, in my opinion, for a while. Hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that the only rumored match?
No, I just figured the main event was good enough to say, but the other rumors are Ember Moon versus Asuka, Roderick Strong versus Eric Young, and DIY versus Revival versus the Authors of Pain.
Okay, it's not bad. So like I said, I changed my mind. Okay, somebody's getting slapped. I changed my mind.
Sounds like somebody's.
I changed my mind on Authors of Pain because I thought they had a really good match with DIY. Are you fucking somebody?
It sounds like.
That's what it sounds like. You're doing doggy style over there.
Damn it, Laura.
Not me.
Hey,
You're fucking coming from me.
She does not have a Jewish box.
That's true.
But I wanted to ask Sean something. I don't know. Did you see at all? Because I just found this out yesterday about the Charles Barkley LeBron feud. Did you see that?
Yeah, the Charles Barkley LeBron feud. What about it?
Have you seen it?
I've
heard about it.
Oh man, I just want to say this real quick because I know people do watch basketball that listen to the show, and I just want to say that Charles Barkley, basically spoke of. I'm not going to get into the whole thing because it's way too long, but he spoke about LeBron in a not so positive way. LeBron went after Barkley in a very personal, and I mean personal way, attacking Charles Barkley. But what I loved about this entire situation is that Charles Barkley did something that no one in the last 5, maybe 6 years in the media, whether it's a celebrity, a sports figure, whatever, he did something that nobody does, and that is he did not apologize. That is, I just wanted to say that Charles Barkley is the fucking man. And by the way, I absolutely, for the record, agree with everything Charles Barkley said. That LeBron's whining and complaining. He has the best team in the world, and he's still complaining about how he doesn't have the best team in the world. And Charles called him out on it. And LeBron, instead of going after Charles for basketball, he went after him on a personal level, and it started this entire massive thing in the media with these two. But Charles Barkley did not apologize and said, "I'm going to stay with what I said." And I love that. He did something that nobody does today, because everybody apologizes immediately when they do something like this. And I just love that. And I think more people should start doing that. Wrestlers, sports figures, I really do. Charles Barkley's the only one that has fucking balls, man, and I love it. And the reason I say he has balls is because he called the media out for not having the balls to go after LeBron or say anything negative. And that's what Charles Barkley was trying to say, is that why can't we say anything negative about LeBron because he's LeBron? And it's so true. Like, LeBron obviously doesn't have a thick skin, and normally the media doesn't say anything negative. So when somebody did, LeBron lost it. basically. He lost his fucking mind. And I'm glad Charles Barkley stuck it to him and he didn't apologize. So I'm just very happy.
Finally, we got somebody like that.
Time.
I'm serious, man. I'm sick and tired of wrestlers or whoever like saying something cool and then having to apologize the very next day. I hate shit like that. Go ahead.
Yo, Joey.
Yeah.
Y'all hear me now? Because I was trying to talk and nobody fucking hears me.
Yeah,
yo, I wanted to say something about.
I know.
We heard you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard you.
Oh, sorry about that. Yo, I wanted to say I had to agree with you about that whole Authors of Pain thing. I saw the match and I feel like they're pretty impressive for some big guys, man. I was really surprised, like the way they move. They really look like they really fucking them niggas up. You know what I'm saying? I don't excuse my French, but they really are pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, and that was a really good. Yo, seriously, that was a really.
Didn't you like their entrance? Like they made a really old school type entrance, and then they got in the ring and they, listen. Did the Authors of Pain do what DIY does? No, they did what they do, except they did it at a very high level. But they actually did it at a very high level. Well. Exactly.
Their styles mix so well, so I really did enjoy that match. So, looking forward to this match.
It completely changed my mind about Authors of Pain, man. Completely changed my mind about them.
I thought it was the fat niggas, but then they actually got some.
I thought they were bums. I thought they were bums.
For real.
Bo Buchanan's not coming on the show.
Why?
I'm just saying some of the things we say, man. Between Jewish boxes and these fat guys, I mean.
And you know what's crazy? One of them is actually Albanian, man. That's the biggest Albanian I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
So.
That makes them more scary, to be honest, because if you go by Donald Trump, everybody that's from any other country is bad. So.
Any other country he's not making money out of. There's a difference.
Right. That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Exactly.
We're gonna ban certain countries, but not the ones that I'm in business with. Just those countries. And by the way, they're all terrorists.
Yeah. For real.
This fucking president in the history of the world.
Wait, which one's from Croatia? I see one's from Canada, the other's from the Netherlands.
They're not Albanian?
No.
No. Supposedly one of them is Albanian, the other one is Samoan or something like that.
No, neither one of them are Samoan. They're billed from Albania, yeah. But they were born in Canada and Netherlands. So.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought up Samoan because, we started the show by talking about how they just gave away Randy Orton and John Cena tonight. What about the fact that Samoa Joe makes his debut, and you could say what you want about Roman, but I thought that was a pretty high-profile match to give away.
Exactly. For fucking
I
Raw.
was shocked that they did that. I got to thinking about that. I was like, oh, okay.
But let me tell you something. They made Samoa Joe look like $1 million on Raw.
Really?
He opened up the
yes.
He opened up with a great promo, a real savage-like heel promo, and then the way he just beat Roman Reigns down in the main event, I thought it was great. To be honest with you, and I know what you're gonna say. Oh, it looked like he was gonna lose until Braun Strowman came out. But it don't matter. That whole match, he beat him down pretty decisively.
Let's just admit it. It was great because he beat down Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
No, but it was just he just looked like a force.
That was a really good match for Raw.
It was
very good match.
It was.
I thought personally that. You introduced Samoa Joe, which I agree with 100%. When Samoa Joe came out there and the way Stephanie introduced him and the way Mick Foley was acting, and then Joe, when he got on the mic, I'm like, again, just like I had the reaction about AJ, I'm like, wow, that's Samoa Joe on Monday Night Raw being treated like a superstar.
Hold on, I gotta hear what Sean's opinion is because he was disagreeing. Like, what made him not look like a star?
It's like WWE had a massive signing. I thought they gave him a massive superstar treatment last night in the beginning.
That's after him injuring Seth Rollins. It's like they promoted him. Like, hey, here.
There's a lot of stuff going on with that. I don't know if you know, but
hold on, Sean. What did you think, Sean? Because you kind of disagreed with me.
I definitely in the beginning segment with him in the ring with Mick and Stephanie, kind of that promo, and in the suit, which. Damn, he looks great in a suit. Samoa Joe looked fantastic. They made him look amazing. But then he for the main event. He blindsides Roman. He's about to lose, and Braun's got to save him. It kind of made the whole statement over and over that we got to make Roman look really, really strong. That no matter everything, where you punch him in the face with brass knuckles, where you choke him out, no matter what, Roman's got to look really strong. I mean, that's...
But at least he beat Roman. Not many people could say they beat Roman Reigns, whether they cheated or not.
Right.
To be honest with you. That's pretty big feat.
Not only that, but in my opinion, I honestly did not look at Braun coming out there as saving Samoa Joe. I really didn't look at it that way. That Braun has a situation going on with Roman. Braun looked like he came out there to screw Roman, but it didn't look. In other words, it didn't have the appearance for me that he was doing it to save Samoa Joe, or that Samoa Joe needed to be saved. I didn't look at it that way.
I got a little mixed reactions about that. I don't know. I felt like they went backwards with Braun Strowman. Like all that I'm looking for competition was like 2 months ago.
Right.
He found the competition in Roman Reigns, but yeah, he's still looking for it last Monday. But the reason why he attacked Roman Reigns because Mick Foley gave him the match, but he forgot the week before Roman Reigns just beat him up. It just didn't make no sense to me. To me, that booking was so backwards for me. It didn't make no sense.
Well, there's a lot of things that, in my opinion, are not making sense. For example, Charlotte versus Bayley. Why is Bayley getting a rematch for the title when she lost at the Royal Rumble? I don't understand that. I don't. How did she get a rematch? Like that makes
at least Nia Jax beat her.
I honestly want to know who's writing for Raw. That's what I need to find out. Who the fuck is writing? I really don't know.
But Byron, you didn't like the Samoa? Did you watch it, or did you see the Samoa Joe intro and all that?
I did.
Like they treated him like a star last night, in my opinion.
And they really, for them to do that, they really think highly of him.
Yeah.
So. They got a lot of good things planned for him.
I think they think highly of him.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? This is crazy. He came in to be a stepping stone for Seth Rollins, injured Seth Rollins, and now he's like the focal point now. Right, it's almost like a blessing in disguise.
That's also another.
But that's what I was going to say is that they must really think highly of Samoa Joe because he ended the career of Tyson Kidd. He ended Rollins, and he's still getting promoted. That's what I'm saying. Like
that. He was born to be a stepping stone, and he injured Seth Rollins. He's like, you know what? You're going to be in the main event.
Okay, now in all sincerity, I don't know this because I didn't see every moment of Raw. Is Seth Rollins really injured? Number one,
he's legit.
Yeah.
Well, really?
It's legit, but they don't know the extent of the injury. They still banking on him being at WrestleMania, for what I heard. So,
I see.
Yeah, the match is
keep on saying jeopardy. It's in jeopardy.
It sounds like he retore the same MCL that he tore last year. Is essentially what we know.
Damn, that's bad.
Yeah, but they said he may be back in 8 weeks or just in time for Mania, so they're hoping that's the case. But if I was them, I wouldn't bank on it. I would just say, you know what.
But the backup plan is they might save that match for SummerSlam, Triple H and Seth Rollins.
Which I'd be fine with.
I'd rather see it at SummerSlam.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you're right.
What is Triple H going to do at WrestleMania? Because he has to do something.
Well, supposedly rumor has it Shane McMahon.
Mm-hmm. And that's everybody. But that saves AJ Styles if you think about it, because the rumors are.
Yes, it does. You know what? I'd rather see Shane and Triple H than fucking.
But as I told Sean yesterday, that should have been the match last year.
Okay, but still.
They have history. They have history.
I'm still happy that's going to happen. I'd rather have.
But it should have happened last year when Shane first came back and started taking over. Triple H should have been upset. Instead of fighting The Undertaker, it should have been Shane McMahon, not this year.
I mean, whatever. I'm just happy that it's not.
I'd rather have it this year.
I'm just happy it's not AJ versus Shane. So I'll take it if they're going to give it to that
I agree with that. But what would be the beef that they had this year? What would be the beef?
They're gonna have to come up with something really quick.
Well, don't they really have? Hold up, but don't they really have in real life got some sort of static with each other?
But that's a while ago, though. I heard that was squat.
It don't matter. They could always bring that up. I never liked you. You know, you was boning my sister because you was trying to get on top. You know, something like that.
I mean, seriously, that's your beef, right?
You're boning my sister.
But that is your beef, right there.
That's so many words.
That's your setup right there. The fact that Shane McMahon's
you're burning that Greenwich, Connecticut box.
one morning I woke up and I heard you smacking her ass, and this is not what I like.
This is when I knew you wanted to be the boss.
Okay. Let me just ask you something. Okay, yes, great for AJ, but at the same token, do you want to see Triple H versus Shane?
Kind of.
Yes, I'd rather see that, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'd rather not because of AJ. It does save AJ for having a fucking retarded match at Mania like with fucking Shane.
But I think it makes more sense AJ, to be honest.
Wait. But also, Shane McMahon and Triple H have a history, and they could build something in the next fucking month and a half that they have. They could build something real quick because they do have history about the tensions backstage, and there's still some tension from what I heard. Exactly. It's not all fucking happy.
Imagine the low blows they're gonna tell each other during the promos, man. Are you crazy? Yeah, I'm looking forward for that.
So what are the tensions in real life? What are the tensions about?
Just really looking at what the potential tensions are outside of you're banging my sister, because I mean,
forget about that.
Yeah, that seems like no matter what, so would be whatever.
That seems like the least problem.
Right, the fact that Shane McMahon pretty much lost the entire WWE to Triple H. Triple H being the guy from now on versus the actual son. There's your beef. There's your story.
Right. I'm saying in real life, though, I understand that's from Shane's perspective, but what is Triple H's gripe with Shane?
Well, I don't know. All I'm saying is...
You know what I mean? Like...
I think it's mainly Shane with him, though. I don't think it's him with Shane. It's really Shane with him taking over the company and shit like that.
Let me tell you something. If Triple H has any gripe over Shane wanting to be involved with the company, Triple H does not have a fucking leg to stand on in that area.
Listen, as far as I know from what I heard, there's tensions between him, his sister, and Shane. So it's still there. I mean, even if they're okay, but there's still tension because Shane wants to be part of this whole thing also. Exactly. But there's too much control with Triple H and Stephanie there. Exactly. So there's always going to be tension. So they could build some shit.
I'm totally with Shane on that, man, because in real life, I'm talking about in real life, Shane, that's Shane McMahon. That's Vince McMahon's son. What is Triple H? You know what I mean? Like, come on.
This is from a news story from back in April 2nd, 2016, when Shane McMahon was brought back. And the tension is that there's a lot of talks about who Vince McMahon will choose as his successor once he decides to step down from the company. And many within the company are thinking he may lean towards Shane McMahon, despite the fact Shane hasn't been there in a long time, instead of Triple H, who's kind of built up the UK wrestling scene, NXT, and just about everything at this point. So Triple H, if this is the rumor of this story true, Triple H is upset that he could pretty much lose everything he's worked so hard for just because Shane McMahon walked back in the door.
Yes. Yeah, well, there you go. But basically, the moral of the story is that storyline will be really heated, and a lot of low blows will be being mentioned in the promo.
But let me tell you something though. In all seriousness, okay, we understand what Triple H has done in his position, but that's Shane's birthright. Triple H, in my opinion, has no leg to stand on when it comes to that. If he feels a certain type of way, Vince McMahon's father sold WWE to Vince McMahon, and I think that tradition should maintain. I don't think Triple H should be getting his fat nose into that.
Yeah. Literally, I think everybody would agree with you on that. But in real life, shit doesn't always pan out the way.
I'm talking about real life.
Yeah, but in real life, sometimes things don't fucking play out like that. Sometimes the bad guy will take the whole shit, and the good guy, well, he got fucked over. And Triple H is that bad guy in the whole situation. He got involved with his sister,
right?
And then he's now part owner, if you think about it, no matter how you put it, he's part owner.
And there's no question about that, because if you watch the 24 about WrestleMania last year, Triple H says in that documentary that he is doing everything that Vince used to do. Basically, that what Vince McMahon used to do around WrestleMania season, that he is now doing. And he was talking about like how he has this match with Roman Reigns, and he also he has that, and he also has to do everything that Vince does. And I'm like, wow, if you really think about that kind of a statement, and you have Shane McMahon there, how can you not feel for Shane McMahon?
Of course.
I don't know. The only reason Triple H is involved with this is because of Stephanie McMahon. Let's just be real.
And now that you mentioned the 24 thing, I did watch it, and it's pretty sad that when you see Shane backstage and he hugs his father, it looks like it was for the very first time they embraced each other like that.
Yep.
And it's like, I could tell Vince is like, I'm happy that you're back, because maybe he doesn't feel like it wasn't the same without him. You get what I'm saying? Like you could just see.
I agree.
There's a lot of like, you haven't been around.
And not only that, but did you notice that the only situation and or match that they did not follow or show was Brock and Dean Ambrose?
Yeah, you're right.
That's pretty telltale thing, especially when you hear Dean Ambrose's explanation on the Austin podcast about that match. I found that extraordinarily interesting because how can it's Brock Lesnar. I would think that they would show something about it, but they mentioned nothing about it. Nothing at all. Even they showed the pre-show matches with the Divas, but not the Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar, who's one of your biggest attractions, Brock Lesnar. I don't know. I found that very interesting because Brock, I said this even before the match happened, I knew that Brock Lesnar was not happy about that match. I don't think he thought that Dean Ambrose was on his level, basically. That's why he's totally happy with Goldberg, because he feels like Goldberg at least is on his level. That's why he's jumping out of the ring at the Royal Rumble or whatever and stuff like that. And going back to like O said and you guys have mentioned with Raw, like I said, Charlotte and Bayley, from a technical standpoint, Bayley getting a rematch after she lost to Charlotte, and what I felt, if it was a basketball game, it would be a clean sweep, the way Charlotte beat Bayley, basically.
But you see my point. What I was saying a few weeks ago, even months ago, that you lose interest now in Bayley.
Yes, absolutely.
I lost interest, 100% lost interest now, because it's like, okay, now what is she doing? Now she's fighting again, and she's fighting her again. She keeps losing, and now she's teaming up with Sheamus in these corny ass fucking segments.
Yes, very corny, very corny. And you know what's interesting? That's the one thing I will say for sure that SmackDown has done better. And what I mean by that is that Alexa Bliss has been feuding with Becky Lynch, but instead of putting Becky Lynch way down or nobody cares, they gave Becky Lynch Mickie James.
Yeah.
And if anything, Alexa's fighting Naomi, and they did an awesome contract signing. I thought Alexa was awesome tonight.
I think her and Mickie James was awesome. Both of them.
Definitely very awesome.
Just to interrupt.
I've said this from the get-go, though. I said this from the get-go that SmackDown with the females, it's not like they just had one person feuding with one person and then they forgot about the rest. They've had situations where all these girls are involved.
Right.
Some way, somehow, they're involved in something. Mm-hmm. They're doing something. You know what I'm saying? On Raw, it's not like that.
Since you really mentioned the Mickie James-Becky Lynch match, now's a good time than ever to really start up some of the Elimination Chamber predictions for this Sunday. So we're going to start off with Mickie James and Becky Lynch. Who do you got?
Mickie James.
Yeah, Mickie James.
Mickie James. I prefer it being her.
And she looked kind of good today, man. She looked kind of good today. I ain't gonna lie. As
going just to be different.
I'm going to agree with Laura, though, just because Mickie James is supposed to be there to help out some of these other women look good, and she's not supposed to be going over a lot of them, so I think they're going to make Becky
She's still helping them. Look, she's helping them now. Even in the promo, she's helping them. She's there.
And just the fact that she's there, it helps, but if they start taking losses, it starts making me worried.
She's not an old, washed-up veteran.
No,
No, I didn't say she's an old, washed-up veteran.
She's not just there to help. She's going to win matches.
Yeah, exactly.
As a matter of fact, I think she's going to win the title.
I don't mind. But not yet. Let Alexis Bliss keep that belt, because I like her, man.
Yeah, I like her too. But I'm just saying, eventually Mickie James will be the champion.
Well, since you said Alexa Bliss and the belt, how about this one for you? You've got Alexa Bliss defending her women's. Let me finish the damn match. Alexa Bliss defending her.
She's fighting the girl that even Alexa Bliss said, "Oh, yeah, I'm fighting you too."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, she's fighting Naomi.
That was such an insult, by the way. It made Naomi so insignificant.
Oh my gosh, for real, man.
She was like, "Oh yeah,
that's a fucking slap in the face, though, because Naomi has been there for so freaking long, and just for them to just
she's playing the perfect heel, man. And let me tell you something.
I think they're being honest, though.
I would love to see a back and forth, mic work with Alexis Bliss and Charlotte, because I think that's so top notch, man.
Me too.
You, that's fucking great.
Man. But to go with what Sean was saying, it's gonna be Becky and Naomi, and I'm going with Alexa Bliss and Naomi, and totally Alexa Bliss.
Yeah. Byron.
Alexa Bliss.
Big Onion.
Watch your mouth, boy. Alexa, hold on. What's the match again?
Alexa Bliss, Naomi.
Alexa Bliss is Naomi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Alexa Bliss, of course.
Laura.
Alexa's gonna win, but Naomi's gonna look strong. I guarantee that shit. That shit's gonna go way beyond.
Yeah, she is. I agree.
Mm-hmm. And I'm also going with Alexa Bliss winning it.
I wouldn't worry.
No, I definitely agree with Laura. Though they're gonna make Naomi look good.
And here's the weird thing about this card. Although I know Laura's probably a big fan of this, and really anyone who really appreciates women's wrestling are fan of this. The third match I want to mention is the third women's match for Elimination Chamber. Nikki Bella versus Natalya. Wow. Who you got?
For the love of fuck, let this be the end of it, because I am so sick and tired of this thing. Because I'm sorry, that was the only thing that made me fucking want to turn off SmackDown tonight.
Yeah.
But how do you not get upset when you see, what's her name, Bailey out there constantly?
Because I enjoy watching Bailey wrestle.
I like Bailey.
I also enjoy watching Nikki and Natty wrestle. However, what's pissing me off is they're fucking, instead of them fucking fighting, they're clacking at each other like a bunch of fucking hens. It's bullshit. And it deteriorates wrestling.
It's the same bullshit, you're fucking John Cena.
Oh, yeah. I'm really glad, because fucking Nikki Bella just can't act for shit. Oh, my God, I can't believe you said that. I'm going to leave now. Like,
you sound like the Behemoth.
Yeah, I know. Let me tell you something, Sasha. I hurt your leg.
It's so horrible, though. Laura's 100% correct, man. This is a situation that I have not remotely cared about since it started.
I don't think nobody has. But like I said before.
And here's the fucked up part. If you go on to WWE's Facebook page right now, there is a video up from Talking Smack from tonight here about 10 minutes ago where Natty attacked Nikki on Talking Smack when they supposedly had them in separate fucking buildings tonight to avoid that.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
They did it. Attacking each other a lot, in the streets and all that. But this is, every time Natty gets a mic, it's you're fucking John Cena, you're next to John Cena. It's just like, shut up. Who cares? Who cares?
She does.
But
she's a good wrestler.
Yeah, she is, but both of them.
I would agree with Natalia's line that you'll never get married to John Cena. That's a great line, though.
That is a great line, but I just don't care. At the end of the day, I really.
Oh yeah.
Why don't they mention
not after a while from the beginning?
Why doesn't one of them mention? This chick should mention that.
That's why Samoa Joe injured your man. All right.
Nikki James had a thing with John Cena. They should mention something like that.
Because if you did that, then you mention every single female on the roster. Then
let them all get involved.
Yeah. I still wouldn't care.
Hold on, but Mickey James just came back. Get man's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though I don't care about that, but like I said before, all the females are doing something at least.
Yeah,
this is what I'm saying about SmackDown. They're giving these girls the opportunity to be out there. Unlike Raw, what the fuck are they doing with all the females? Look, I haven't seen half the females doing shit in the past month and a half.
You know why though, Byron? Because they don't have half females.
They have 3 fucking hours, dude.
They have 3 hours, but they also have 3 girls.
Yeah, they have 5 girls, and you got the Nia Jax and Sasha feud. You've got the Charlotte and Bayley feud, and Alicia Fox is dating Noam Dar.
Fox is with what's his name from 205 Live? No Man Dar or whatever.
Noam Dar.
How about No Man Dar without the Dar?
But let me ask you something. If let's just say they had like 6 or 7 females there, do you think
he did that last night?
Do you think they would be using?
And let me tell you,
I doubt.
No,
I doubt.
They wouldn't.
Let me tell you something. And speaking of SmackDown, we're getting closer and closer. I'm telling you, Miz against Daniel Bryan is coming at WrestleMania. And
that's not
there. And I predicted it.
There's another. You know about the rumors going on, right? About John Cena teaming up with his girl because that might be her last.
Oh yes, Todd told me that yesterday. I was like, "What?"
Oh yeah, that's right. I did hear that rumor. That's right. Oh my God.
Let me tell you something. If that's the case, then the Miz really has to stop doing the Daniel Bryan thing because it's annoying me already. It's really,
especially those kicks, and then he did them kicks so much that Dean Ambrose did not. He didn't even sell them shit.
Now I'm back.
Hurry up! I gotta reverse it.
Now I'm back to not liking the Miz because all he does is that. That's all he does now.
All right, so who you got, Nikki Bella or Natalya?
Yeah, I'm going with Nikki Bella, I guess.
Nikki.
I'll go with Natalya.
I'm going with Natalya. I think Natalya's gonna because rumor has it Nikki Bella's gonna be leaving for a while, so I think it's gonna play in a storyline.
Yeah,
no, but that's why I think she's gonna win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nikki Bella.
I think Natalya's gonna act like she's retired.
Yeah, maybe.
So after that, we can finally go into some of the men's matches, and you know what? I don't care as much about them either. Starting us off, handicap match: Apollo Crews and Kalisto versus Dolph Ziggler.
This is fucking hard.
Somehow, some way, Dolph Ziggler is gonna win that. Somehow, I don't know how.
Yep.
Oh, you think? Wait a minute, Ziggler against 2 jobbers? What?
Wait a minute. Didn't I see them fight tonight? Why are they fighting again?
No, he only fought.
Apollo fought Dolph tonight, and then Dolph beat the shit out of Apollo, and then Kalisto came down trying to make a save.
But what a way to lose, though. You was trying to act like Shawn Michaels that we've been complaining about for years, and you get rolled up, but he missed a super kick. It was great.
I don't understand why Apollo Crews has been treated so horribly in that company, man. I really don't. I really don't get it.
That's what happens when you're happy, you smiley.
He's a tremendous athlete, man. Tremendous athlete.
Mm-hmm. NXT, man. That's where he should be.
Maybe.
Send him back there.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler all the way. I mean, they're gonna do something for Ziggler, and he's gonna beat both these guys, no question.
Byron?
Ziggler.
Laura?
Ziggler.
You want to be?
I said Ziggler.
Want to be Shawn Michaels?
All right, so I guess
Ziggler is gonna win.
You got the Miz wanting to be Daniel, and the Ziggler wanting to be Shawn.
Well, I guess I'll be the odd man out and say Apollo Crews and Kalisto is going to win this because Dolph Ziggler's been up on these guys every time they fight him for some reason. And honestly, I care less about this match than I care about the Nikki Bella Natalya match.
Yeah, but
this is the least important match in the card.
I think it's about even for me about the match.
He lost tonight, so that's why I think he's going to win.
You know what? The funny thing is that I'm not even going to watch the pay-per-view. I'm watching Walking Dead, so.
There you go.
The nerve.
Coming up next. Tag team title match, American Alpha, Beauty and the Man Beast, Breezango, the Usos, the Ascension, and the Vaudevillains. Who you got?
I want to say something. Can we say that American Alpha has been a flop? Can we say it, please? Because somebody say it because
because they haven't had the actual opportunity to fucking shine yet.
Yes,
so fuck you, no. No, they haven't.
Laura, but that's the reason why they have been a flop, though.
How many times have they been in the ring since they won the titles? And it's not because of them not wrestling. It's because the writers can't seem to fucking get the tag division straight on SmackDown.
But Laura, but that's the reason why they are a flop. They're not a flop.
They shined tonight in that match. Even though the Ascension went over, American Alpha was one of the fucking top tag teams in that match.
Yeah. We know that American Alpha is absolutely out of this world good, but what the WWE has done with them has been a flop. What they have done. Let me tell you something. In all sincerity, I didn't even remember that they were the tag team champions.
See what I'm saying?
Like I said, that's because the writers cannot get the fucking tag team division. They got all these goddamn tag teams on SmackDown, and every single one of them are absolutely fucking talented. They can't.
I think it's those stupid red, white, and blue tights, right? They get rid of shit, man.
But why? Let me ask you a question. We've seen for the last 3 weeks or 2 weeks that every tag team that they have to be in the same match all the time. Why on the pay-per-view are they wrestling all the tag teams in the company?
You got fucking a 4-year-old Rhino who got bigger pop than all these people.
I thought the point of tonight, maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I thought the point was to get a new number one contender, and I thought, Ascension's going to be the number one contender. And Sean just told...
We thought that that's what they were doing, and then it turned into a giant battle fucking clusterfuck.
Wow.
And...
It's horrible, man. I'm sorry. That's a horrible situation, but...
It's horrible as that fucking... It's as horrible as that fucking...
They annoy the shit out of me about is the tag division. Who the hell did America Alpha beat for the tag titles? Does anybody fucking remember?
Orton and Bray Wyatt.
I was gonna say.
That I remember because that was actually an outstanding match.
And then from there, they have been a flop. They've been a flop. Come on, Laura. Seriously.
WWE has flopped. The WWE has flopped on them big time. They're not per se a flop in their talent, but WWE has definitely flopped with them because that should be the tag team version of Kurt Angle or the reincarnation of the world's greatest tag team.
Or the Steiners or something, man.
So yeah, Steiners too.
That's why I always tell you guys, man. Sometimes some of these guys that come from NXT, they don't have that luck on the main roster. They get lost. And
one more thing
there's been more flops from NXT than there have been success stories.
Sami Zayn is a perfect example that should not have been that guy that flopped.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to build him up again. But
which I'm enjoying.
Did he lose?
But who knows? But who knows how long it's gonna last?
Champion soon. You're gonna see.
But who knows how long it's gonna last? That's my point. Like they had an opportunity to do something with him when he first came in. Mm-hmm. You know, he was in a momentum, and then I don't know what happened.
But to answer,
can I say?
Go ahead. I was gonna say, no, because we have to do these predictions.
Let me just say one more thing that annoyed me. One more thing, please. On Monday Night Raw, that Japanese dude, what's his name? Akuma Matata, whatever his name, Akio Matadi, whatever his name was. You know, they paid him out to be this vicious guy. His finisher is a soft German suplex. I mean, what the hell is that? I was complaining about that in the cruiserweight the tournament, the CWC. So they bring him to Raw, and he does a soft German suplex, and that's his finisher. And they make it seem like it was the most devastating thing I've ever seen. I've seen Perry Saturn do a better German suplex than that.
Can I just say something?
His name, and it was a hell of a lot stiffer on the cruiserweight classic. I will say that.
His finisher irks me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, can I just say something really interesting? You're the only one that is paying that much attention.
Dude, look at the German suplex. He picks him up and then he lands softly.
But that's what I'm saying. You're the only one that's paying that much attention.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
You're the only one that's paying that much attention to the cruiserweights. I'm sorry.
They were like, "Oh my God, Akuma Matata's here!" And then I'm like, "Yeah, that's the guy who lost in the cruiserweight. Like, he lost."
Akuna Matata is from the Lion King, and Lion King was from Africa, not from Japan.
All right, whatever. Go ahead, Sean. Go finish the guy.
Akuna Matata.
I'm getting hot under the collar here, man.
Oh, fuck! Let's finish this shit.
Even though you only wear white beater shirts, but. By the way, wait, are they defending the belts?
Yes.
What was that?
The tag team match.
Are they defending the titles?
Yes, they're defending the titles.
Okay, so American Alpha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alpha.
American Flopper.
All right, 9.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Innocent, Big O, Big Onion, Joey 924, and Laura all saying American Alpha. Byron?
American, I don't give a fuck.
All right.
Who the fuck are them?
I'd want to say American Alpha, but at the same time I don't. But I'm just
called They should be called.
You know what? When you say that, it does feel like they're gonna lose the belts to one of these other tag teams, right? Because they're just not doing
I'm going American Alpha. I still think they're the best team out of that particular.
I was gonna say, out of all of them, though, if anybody could possibly become the next tag champs, it would be the Usos.
See, I was going to
say, they look so horrible now. I'm sorry.
See, if it wasn't for, honestly, if I was going to pick anyone for my number 2, it'd be Breezango. Because they're pushing them hard on all forms of social media. I love that
gimmick. I'm not even going to lie.
I like the way.
They haven't really been winning, though. I don't think they're going to be that.
None of them have been winning. None of them been on TV.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
I think that was the first match. I think that was the first match that Ascension has won on SmackDown.
For a long time.
No, I think that was the first match that the Ascension has won on SmackDown.
You know how shocked I was, yo? I wasn't even paying attention to the match. When I heard their music, I said, what? They fucking won? Get the fuck out of here.
I noticed that the guy with the long hair is balding, too.
Victor? Dude, he's been balding since he walked in the damn door.
Exactly. Since the minute they debuted as the fake Legion of Doom,
I've never noticed it before.
When they signed him, he was balding. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So he's also balding Victor.
And, all right, we got 2 matches left for you. First off, Randy Orton versus Luke Harper. Who you got?
Wow, this is a pay-per-view?
Yeah.
I really want Luke Harper to win, man. I would love it.
By the way, this illustrates my point of having pay-per-views before WrestleMania. That's all I'm going to say. But I'm going to go, obviously, I would hope that unlike tonight where Randy Orton got pinned, the guy that won the Royal Rumble got pinned tonight, people are going to bypass that very quickly. I'm not, because I thought that was stupid, but I hope that Randy Orton wins. I mean, for the love of God, he won the Royal Rumble. He has to be a guy that's...
He's going to go into Mania as a fucking loser.
God, I mean...
it's not going to be... I'll tell you right now, this is not going to be a clean match.
He just won the Royal Rumble and the guy lost. I mean, that's just stupid, man. It's fucking stupid.
Byron?
I hope... Yeah, it's not going to be a clean match. I agree.
Yeah, Randy Orton.
Okay. Laura?
Yeah. Randy Wyatt is going to win.
Yeah, I was going to say, Randy's going to win. Like I said, it's not going to be clean. Bray's going to get involved.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
I wouldn't even be surprised if Eric Rowan comes out, because he's supposed to be cleared already. So
I don't even know why. I don't even know why Randy's with the Wyatts.
Neither do I.
Everybody is still very fucking confused about that.
Listen, it's pretty obvious now. If you listen to Luke Harper's promo, he feels like Randy Orton has been a snake since the get-go. So they already planted the seed already. Randy Orton's probably going to come out and say, "I just needed the Wyatts to come back on top." That's probably about it.
I hope he doesn't, because that's a horrible reason.
Yeah.
Why not? He went and he destroyed them, and he used them to win the Royal Rumble.
A former 12-time champion needed the Wyatts to get back on top.
Listen, but before that, what was he doing? Nothing.
I know, but I'm just saying, you don't say that, though.
Yeah. All right. Finally, the main event of this match. Elimination Chamber. John Cena.
Wait, did you say the main event of this match?
Yes. John Cena, AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, The Miz, of course, Bray Wyatt, and the heavy favorite to win it all, Baron Corbin.
And we are looking at a 40-minute match right now. Just in case y'all don't know. That's about 40 minutes we're going to be looking at. So,
I don't mind.
I don't mind AJ's in it.
Well, I mean, since all the rumors has been going around, unfolding, I'm saying Bray Wyatt.
So, if you get pinned, you get eliminated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pin or submission.
Okay.
I wish somebody had the Money in the Bank thing right now.
I personally have a feeling that John's going to not lose the belt that night, but
he better.
But if everything is going the way it's supposed to, man, Bray Wyatt. It can't be Baron Balding. Because even though he's gaining momentum, you can't have him walk into WrestleMania as a champion. Come on, man.
And he won tonight. That was pretty obvious that means he's not going to win on Sunday.
That's not going to be. So it has to be either Bray or John Cena or AJ. But, I would hope the best thing that would ever happen is AJ Styles wins. But I don't know, man. This is one that I really, really don't know yet.
Laura?
But Yeah. Go ahead, Laura.
God, I don't know. It could be Cena, it could be AJ, or it could be Bray.
That's,
that's almost everybody.
Those are my three right there.
Everybody's forgetting about the Miz.
That's half the.
No, because the Miz and Dean Ambrose are still feuding. That's going to be obvious right there as to what's going to happen. Those two are just going to still have it out.
Imagine Dean Ambrose fucking winning.
No, he's not.
Oh, no way.
That would be hilarious, though.
No, it would not. I would not like it.
I don't know about hilarious, but
that should make me mad.
Why?
I got a feeling like
because I remember his last run as a champion. That's why.
I got a feeling like John Cena is not going to lose the belt that quickly, though. I don't know.
I mean, his 16th title reign lasts 2 weeks. That's really the problem.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see him losing it that fast.
Yeah, but Joey, if the rumors are true about his girl retiring and she wants him to be in the last match,
she's not retiring. She said she's taking time off.
I mean, these are rumors, man. Because she
has said it. She said it herself, but she's just taking time off.
What I'm saying, Byron, is that I don't see him losing it this particular Sunday. He could still He could still lose it before WrestleMania, but I'm just saying
maybe
quick.
Not. Right. Maybe you're right. Yeah.
I don't know.
So are you switching to John Cena, Joey?
My first instinct is John Cena because of the speed, of the title reign. But if WWE, we saw it last night with Goldberg and Owens, if they're going with their plans, Bray Wyatt, is the only other choice. But I just think Cena might not lose it that quickly. Is all I'm saying. But the other one is Bray Wyatt.
Byron?
They really have a hard on for Bray and Orton.
Yeah, I don't know why. Because that story.
Because it's something that the fans absolutely love. Bray can be. Okay, you want to know something? And this is legit. Have you gone to a live show lately, Byron? That's what I want to know. Have you gone to a live show?
Laura's right on that because I have been, and they were massively over. However,
I was going to say the minute that fucking screech comes across the screen, everybody's got their phones out and the flashlights are on.
Yeah, they're massively over, but as the main event of WrestleMania, no.
I want to see Bray with a belt, maybe in the main event, but it's just Bray against Randy. That's why I'm losing it.
Respond to that though. If that's the case, then you would put AJ there, not fucking the Wyatts. I'm sorry, that's the way I would look at it. Because who's usually over?
Yeah.
On top, the Wyatts, AJ Styles would take the fucking.
Yeah, and by the way, Laura's correct. Bray and Orton, by the way, were massively over at Madison Square Garden. Yeah, but we're talking about the main event of WrestleMania for the main title. I don't see that happening.
What I'm saying is, the WWE is not looking at, these guys are so over, people are cheering for them, because we already know that's not what they're looking at. Because if that's the case, then you would put AJ there.
Right. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you put AJ in there?
I just don't see that as the main event for the main title of WrestleMania.
Nobody does. I don't know. This is why I'm saying who's booking Orton.
I could totally see Orton and Bray as a match, but not as the title match. Not a title match. No.
Hell no. That doesn't make any sense.
But then again, none of the other scenarios make sense either. So.
Well, the Goldberg and Brock doesn't need a belt. I've said that already.
But they're gonna still. I don't know. By the way, I still think that there's a massive possibility that Brock stops Goldberg from winning that title.
I hope so. I really think so.
I think WWE wants everyone to think that that's exactly what's going to happen. That he's going to squash Owens, but Brock is still, interfere. Let's not forget. That's all I'm going to say.
Really, really hope that's the fucking outcome of that shit.
So Byron, who do you think is winning this match?
AJ Styles.
All right, Byron's going with AJ. Yeah. Big O's got AJ. Joey's got AJ. Laura's still not sure.
No, I'm going with Cena actual pick. But
you're going with Cena now. Okay.
But if not, Bray Wyatt.
I don't know.
I got the same pick like Joey. Same pick.
I just can't see Cena losing that quick.
He's in a mix with a bunch of guys.
See, I'm agreeing with Laura a lot that it's between three people. John Cena losing his 16th title reign in 2 weeks makes that reign seem so insignificant,
worthless,
so much.
Worthless.
And AJ's reign even less significant because he only could last 2 weeks.
Yep.
Unless AJ gets the belt back. Any other scenario doesn't seem as good.
They know.
I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go with Byron.
If AJ gets the belt back, then everybody in the world is going to know that they only did it just to give Cena the 16.
Oh, no doubt. But I think I'm going to go with Byron, though. I'm going to go AJ Styles winning this match.
I hope so. I really hope that that's what happens.
Yeah.
And we just need Laura's pick.
And that that's what we'll say about that. Let's hope that, by the way, aside from the actual main event, that it's a much better pay-per-view, because going in, reading these matches the way Sean just did, I'm not excited about this whatsoever. So that's all I'm going to say about it.
We still need Laura's pick for the main
anybody's
event.
going to be interested in watching is just the Elimination Chamber.
I do want to see Becky and Nikki. I think that's going to be good. But for a pay-per-view.
I just like the Elimination Chamber match, man, because it's just so beyond brutal.
And I agree with it's going to be like 40 minutes or maybe even longer.
But who you got,
Laura?
Laura?
Yeah, especially 5 minutes each entry. God.
It's the closest thing that we have to War Games.
Yeah. I don't think Laura's got a pick.
I'm not going to pick.
All right, she's not going to pick.
I agree. This one's a little hard. But it without question, it comes down to Cena, AJ, and Bray.
I think Baron Corbin's winning it all, no doubt.
So everybody's really not thinking about Dean Ambrose in this fight.
No way. There's no way Dean's winning that.
I'd be ready.
And it's because that, like, everybody knows that he's still feuding against Miz.
And it's because his last title run was,
No, and also
that's your humble fucking opinion. Nobody cares.
and also, I don't see Dean Ambrose.
Stop triggering me, bitch.
I don't see Dean Ambrose walking into WrestleMania with that title either. So I don't know.
Yeah, me either.
He's got the IC belt. He's got the IC belt.
Yeah,
that's true.
He got a second tier belt. He good. He don't need that.
That's true.
Everybody's counting him. Imagine he wins.
Important. So I think it's important to have that belt. We gotta go. We have Bo Buchanan coming up, and that's it.
We gotta go.
Elimination Chamber is this Sunday. Enjoy it. I'll be watching Walking Dead, and I'll find out what happens later.